Masicho Rasi and North Beat begins right now. Tonight, Decho divides. Katlodiche First Nation pursues its own land claim negotiations. Good evening, I'm Angela Starrett. The Katlodiche First Nation in the NWT is quitting the Decho process. The news was delivered in a letter put forward by the band at a leadership meeting of the Decho Tuesday. Jacob Barker has the details from Hay River. Good evening, I'm Angela Starrett. We begin tonight in Whitehorse, where a jury in a coroner's inquest has returned with a verdict. The inquest is looking into the deaths of 5 people last winter. The Rusk family and a tenant all died from carbon monoxide poisoning. Our reporter Brian Boyle is at the hearing right now. He'll join us live in half an hour. The 30th Yukon Quest welcomed its winner today. Alaskan Alan Moore crossed the finish line early this morning in Fairbanks. Radio Canada's Claudine Sampson has been following the race from the start and was there for the end of the 16-kilometer trek from Whitehorse. Senator Patrick Brazeau was in a courtroom in Gatineau, Quebec today. Brazeau was formally charged with sexual assault and will be back in court next month. Julie Van Dusen has the latest.
In Yellowknife, people braved the frigid temperatures there for a rally. But as Angela Starrett reports, there are events right across the Northwest Territories.
It's minus 27 here, minus 35 with the wind chill, but that's not stopping over 100 people who are taking part in Idle No More Denendeh. That's the traditional name of the Northwest Territories. Now people here are taking part in a traditional tea dance flash mob right in the middle of this intersection. Federal NDP leader Tom Mulcair is in Yellowknife today. It's his first visit to the north. He's meeting with Northwest Territories political leaders, including the NWT Premier and Western Arctic MP Dennis Bevington. He's also meeting with NWT residents. And he joins me now in studio. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Mulcair.
Pleasure to be here.
And I want to ask you about devolution, which the point you just touched on. But first of all, I understand you're meeting with Aboriginal leaders and also with members of the GNWT. Who exactly are you meeting with?
Extremely important to be meeting with the different groups that have been able to sign deals over the years to make sure it follows through. These are huge obligations that will determine a lot of Canada's economic future, not just the regions producing the resources.
Now, like you just mentioned, there's important issues in the north that we're dealing with that are on the agenda at the federal level. One of them is devolution. One of them is the Surface Rights Bill. That's Bill C-47. Do you have concerns with either of these issues? Let's start with devolution first.
I don't have any concern with devolution, but I want to make sure that the federal government continues to assume as a state obligation the harmonious development in the north. There are things that you can't ask.
Ever wonder what happens under the thick layers of Arctic sea ice? It's something ocean researchers in Canada want to find out. They're studying how river water flow feeds into the high Arctic ecosystem, and they're getting some help from people who know the ice and the land the best. The CBC's Curtis Mandeville has the details.
Dwindle down. Our heritage and our culture. The way it is.
Camp here, and it continues down to Shallow Cove, and target would be in this area to drill under the cove. put the road in for snowfields from this area is disturbed already, and it's already been looked at.